This is kind of why they do it. They're trying to make world-class fitness free. That's their theme of doing it. These are all the folks that are, okay. These are all the folks that are involved in the program nationwide, and Aetna is the primary one for the Virginia area. It shows you two different styles. They have two programs. One kind of up in the upper style is what they call the fitness court, and we'll see a better picture of it later. And then there's the studio, which just extends the court for a workout training area with no obstacles or equipment. This is how they do it, design, plan, and launch. They have a very specific small area group they reach through. They have a certain amount of dollars. We'll get into the finance side that they get for Virginia, and then they look for communities to partner with to go in there. For the fitness studio, which is what you see below there with them standing on it, the closest one is in Martinsville. There's a couple north, and there's at Richmond, and there's a lot Greensboro on the south. But Martinsville is the closest one. And then this is the fitness court with the exercise equipment. And there's one in Henry County, there's one at Pulaski that just opened up last year, and Liberty Lake at Town of Bedford. And then the fitness court comes with an app that for free that when you come in, you sign up and it does virtual coaching. They also, along with this program, they also train as part of their the cost and payment. They train what they call ambassadors. So you have somebody who wants to use it all the time. They come out there and can lead classes, eyes on the equipment. And then there's an art piece that goes on there to help dress up. That also includes the opportunity for local artists to be engaged. So they have some, Aetna has their art program that they put in there, and then if you wanted to do something with local artists, you could. So that shows, that's just some more of the art on how they do it. This is one how they do their big push for the campaign impact is one to be part of the national campaign. So they tie each town that partners with them into the national campaign. It goes on their national advertising and press releases. And then again, building community, healthy infrastructure. That's where they have done $250,000 in funding for communities in 2025. Some of the areas they were targeting, looking, general area to get down there. We're in that south side area. They have a 4-step process, which is getting in leadership support, so really getting out there and finding out if there's interest in the community, finding the proper site, we'll talk about that in a little bit, the funding piece, and then qualification for the grant. And everything up through qualifying for the grant is no commitment. They'll go up there and they'll make even when they make the grant, you don't have a commitment until you decide to accept and move forward on it. Basically, here's the sites, kind of how they go through, and they're looking for a site. They've got a certain structure area. They want a distance from other hazardous structures. Then they have some other, they'd like to have it to be as active as possible so that you have a place that's not so far out in the country that folks won't get to it and use it. If there's other amenities nearby that would draw folks in. Again, that's easy to get to. For us, we have 2 possible sites that would meet their requirements. One would be Harris Field behind the pickleball court. So that development area allows you have parking, infrastructure, other events going around there all the time. And we own the land back there as you extend back to the town owns that land. So that's a accessible part. One that just popped up that might just be an even better site, even though the amenities aren't right there, is on the corner, is the Chatham Hall lot on the corner of Peach and Creek. Chatham Hall has come out.
Next to the creek.
Well, it's on the other side there. It's up on the hill.
Yeah, it's in the
It's
Chatham.
right on the back side of the school admin lot
Empty lot there on the corner.
that they keep.
We own
No, Chatham Hall does.
it? Oh.
But Chatham
Remember there used
Hall,
to be a little house there.
I bet that lot, isn't it a lot? Right before you go into the Chet Hall property going down.
There's on the other side.
No, it's on this side.
well, it's this side of the gate.
Where the
But
ice
it
house
was
used to be,
private, it
yes.
was private, but.
Where the ice house used to be.
Yeah.
This is on the other corner.
This is on the other side, and Chatham Hall has come out, and as part of the community trail development program, they have voiced interest in turning this into a park a community park that they wanted to put fitness equipment in. It just so happened to go with, this information and opportunities as it came forward. They have received this brief and the information on it, and it's talking with them to see how far they wanna go and what they
With
wanna
Chatham
do
Hall.
with Chatham Hall. The good news, why I think Chatham Hall just makes a better location, is it gets it into town. It's great out of Harris Field, but
It gives the students
Right,
access,
absolutely.
Hall could use it, RRAC could use it.
But walkers, it ties into then you've got something along it's shaded for most of the part on its own, so you don't have to fight
Might give
that.
us a sidewalk over there too.
There's a sidewalk coming down one end of that, so.
No, but I mean, it
Right,
might
on the other
encourage the
side.
VDOT application for a sidewalk down
So, those are the two sites. There's other possible sites you can make, but they're not prepared, ready, what the Ed, committee kind of considers a ready site, these two are. And then you get into the funding match. So we have been, again, this is purely get into the information, grab it, see what we qualify for, no obligation. So we have been approved for $40,000 grant.
$40,000.
$40,000. Now, when you see the price in there, between the two, it can go up to, if you put all the bells and whistles on it, including the studio and the shade and the art, you can get it for $260,000, but we have, so the initial approval of $40,000 really just says, we like your sites, we like your availability, we're serious about partnering with you, what say you can? So that's really what it says. Again, it's not a commitment on our end in the sense of monetary, but that's what that funding match is. So they like of the applications that came in, we were picked of the 5 they're trying to do this year.
Well, if it starts at 150, they're gonna give us 40, it sounds like we're only looking for 110
Max.
max.
Wait till we get
I mean,
in.
they're telling you how.
So here, they do. So here's
there. Oh,
the,
wait, there's more.
here's the breakdown for the two. Again, we're approved for a $40,000 grant initially right now. On the right-hand side of this screen, as you look at it, it's just the fitness court. And basically, they run their numbers. So they have an installation team. They run their numbers on what it costs for concrete pad to meet that requirement. It comes out to $173,500. Now, they're figuring their installation cost at, what do they call it? Prevailing
Prevailing
wage.
wage rates.
So we may or may not be, if we're not required to do that, then that lowers that a little bit, but, and then we're responsible for, we can pay for the concrete laying ourselves. If we can get it cheaper, then we do that. We just have to meet their specs.
One question, does it have to be on government land?
No.
It can be on private land?
Well, it just there has to be a memorandum of use. So that it's never locked. It has to be available to public use.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the answer to that. So a memorandum of, if Chatham Hall said, if we decide to move forward with this, and that was a Chatham Hall piece to work out, and Chatham Hall said yes, and there'd have to be a memorandum of use, between the town and Chatham Hall saying this remains public, and what does that mean?
Well, they're gonna build something, wanting to build something too, right?
They do.
And so they can kick in.
Exactly. And that's what I'm waiting on, that's the part we're waiting, because that piece just came up like less than a week ago. And so getting that tied in for that communication, so they have this information.